This is the party. Come on.
Greetings, tribe, and welcome to Snackin with Ortega. I'm your host of
Extraordinary Magnitude.
the fuck. Anyway, I'm your host Ortega LaTrobe, and tonight, lasagna. Now, most of what I know about lasagna comes from school lunch, Stouffer's, and working at the mill. These are three very different levels of lasagna quality, I assure you. Tonight, I'm doing my version of lasagna, which includes something very special, the One Man Lasagna Pan, for when you just need a loaf and not a whole load. Here's our ingredients. Graziano Bros Italian sausage, ground beef, lasagna noodles, ricotta, cheese, and fucking cheese, some basil, tomato, pasta sauce, and some fresh parsley. 1, cook your meat, this meat. Your meat's all brown. Drain the grease. Back to the pan. Put your sauce to the pan. Now we're gonna stir the sauce into the meat and just let it simmer and cook down a little bit. Now, of course, I could have made this whole meat sauce from scratch, starting with tomatoes and fresh garlic and onions and doing the whole thing, but that's a really long, involved process, and that's really something I'm not going to put the effort into unless it's like for a large function, family dinner, or impressing a date. It's just for me. And besides, most of these canned products are really, really good. And it's not like I'm just gonna dump it out of the can and leave it alone. I'm of course gonna enhance it a little bit with some extra stuff from my end. We're gonna toss in a little minced garlic, a little minced onion, a little crushed red pepper, a little worcestershire. We're gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes. Let the onions cook down, garlic cook down, and let all those flavors come together as one. The sauce is simmered. Let's build this thing. We're gonna preheat the oven to 350. Now while that's warming up, we're gonna take the One Man Lasagna Pan and grease up the innards. Little paintbrush. Get it on the sides. Get it on the sides. Get it on the sides and the bottom, and so nothing sticks. And you just kind of want to paintbrush the inside of that, coating the walls and the bottom. Coating the walls and the bottom. Coating the walls and the bottom. Our pan's nice and lubed up. Let's get a light little layer of meat sauce on that. Gonna need a bigger spoon. Now I bought this pan specifically for this purpose. When I went to go get the noodles for lasagna, everything's these long narrow strips, and like at the restaurant we had nice big noodles. Of course I don't expect to find restaurant size, gear in the goddamn grocery store. Anyway, I didn't want to buy a bunch of these little thin strips, and I saw these, thought they were a nice size. After I looked at them, I'm like, man, I bet I can find a pan about that size and then just make, individual lasagnas. These measured approximately 3.5 by 6.5. This pan is 7 3/4 by 3 3/4, which is perfect because you need to have a little space to allow the noodles to expand as they cook. The perfect pan for just one man. Take 3 of our lasagna noodles, lay them on top of our base of sauce. So we're gonna take our ricotta, spread a nice layer across this top noodle. Now it is very, very common where I was raised to use cottage cheese in your lasagna. And whatever, it's fine. I mean, I love cottage cheese, but I'm not saying I'm above using cottage cheese in a lasagna if I needed to. I just prefer not to, especially when I have some nice creamy ricotta. So, or as Giada De Laurentiis would say, ricotta. Fucking elitist ass. And we're just gonna sprinkle on some of our cheeses. I'm going overboard and using a 4 cheese blend. 5 if you count the ricotta. Got pepper jack, Oaxaca, Parma Romano mix. I guess I'm going for 6. Just put a layer of sauce over that. 2 more lasagna noodles. And the third, smeared with ricotta. It's like painting, which is cool because food is art. Remember, everything you cook is your art piece. No one can tell you you're doing it wrong as long as it's right for you, man. In other words, it's your fucking food, it's your fucking mouth, it's your fucking painting, man. Sprinkle on some more of our cheese. Another coating of meat sauce. 3 more noodles. Press that down into the pan. 1 more coat of sauce across the top of the noodles. To top it off with some more of our cheese. And there you have it, One Man Gang Lasagna. Gonna stick this guy in the oven for about 30 minutes or so. Let that cheese get all melty, the noodles cooked up and everything come together as one. And then we shall feed. See you back here in a little while. We're back. Time to take this lasagna out of the oven. Ooh, it's hot. Boom. Take a look at that. There you have it, folks. A nice golden brown, crispy, cheesy top. We're gonna give this about 15 minutes to set. We're gonna plate it up and see how we did. Lasagna! This is One Man Gang Lasagna. Look at this fucking thing. This is fucking ridiculous. If this tastes half as good as it looks, I have created gold, Jerry, gold. Great big old good bite there. I don't even get that in my head. I'm so happy right now. You can use regular Italian sausage and it'll be fine. But there is something about this Graziano Bros sausage out of Des Moines that's fucking amazing Italian sausage. When you see this, it looks like a lot of work, and it's really not. Comes together pretty quick. Browning your beef, cooking your sauce down, that should only take you half hour tops. Putting it together shouldn't take you more than 5 or 6 minutes, maybe 10 if you're taking your time, drinking some wine. And then 30 in the oven, really low intensity for what you get for a meal. I live by myself, so there's no need for me to make a giant pan of this stuff, but I've got 2 huge servings here, realistically probably 3. I can be kind of a glutton. Cheesy, tomatoey, spicy, herby, comforting, warm, filling. I'm really happy with this. I'm happy I've got 2 pans. Next time, I'm gonna put together 2 of these at the same time, take one, stick it in the freezer, and save it for a rainy day. If you've never made a lasagna, fear not. Far easier than I expected, and it's a goddamn taste sensation. Thank you for stopping by the Hacienda. Please like, share, subscribe, join the tribe, check out our Patreon, check out our merch on Teespring. I'm Ortega LaTrobe. You've been snacking with Ortega.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.
5 a.m.? I remember those days. Being tired